Hey, how's it going, everyone? Saintsfan back again with another GTA 5 video. Today I'll be answering some of you guys' questions on Twitter. First off, I want to say, because I'm sure if you don't follow me on Twitter, you're probably wondering where yesterday's Rockstar Logic was. Well, I mean, most people should know this, but yesterday was Easter, and I kind of just decided to take the day off, sort of spend it with family and all that. So next week it'll be back to normal, but that's what happened this weekend. Anyway, today we're answering some of your guys' questions on Twitter, and if you want to ask your own question, then you can go on Twitter and use the hashtag AskSaints. But the first one coming in from Strike Freedom: when the Dukey Death comes out, are you going to be comparing it to the CEO armored cars? So first and foremost, speaking of the Dukey Death, I'm not going to say it's 100% confirmed, but Rockstar did tweet about it and then delete it, and then a few other people that have leaked stuff in the past, you know, they have said they said the Dukey Death is going to be coming out tomorrow. So I don't know, maybe expect it, but maybe don't, just because we thought it was going to come out last week and it didn't. So just know that. But I do think the Dukey Death will be returning tomorrow, and answering a few of the questions that I got a lot on Twitter. Is it going to be free for returning players? In the game files, it looks like it's going to be free for returning players, and if you're not a returning player, it looks like it's going to be 680,000, I think, which is a decent amount, but I think it's worth it. Will I be comparing it to armored cars? Let me know in the comments what sort of tests you guys want me to run on it, just because it's not a car that you're going to be racing in, I don't think. So I don't know if I should do like racing style tests or if I should just do like the armored tests. Let me know in the comments, and I'll take a look at them and see, you know, what the best plan of action is when it does come out. Next one from Bruh: how do you think the gun running update will top the other updates that have come out in GTA Online? Look, I will say, you know, even through all the negative crap we give Rockstar, they've sort of one-upped each DLC. I mean, starting with the VIP stuff, and then it went to the CEO stuff, and then the biker stuff, which was kind of cool. I mean, it added some really cool dynamic or features to the game, but ultimately, you know, just the mission system kind of blew, or the delivery system kind of blew. But like the idea was really neat. And then the import-export DLC, which is probably the best DLC they've ever added. So they keep one-upping themselves almost, and I think the gun running is going to be, you know, just the same. It's going to be on par with the import-export DLC, if not better. I think they have learned, and they have some experience now, you know, just learning from what the community what the community complain about with certain DLC, so they can tweak some things. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for it. I'm not going to get too excited. Like, I'm going to keep my hype levels in check, I think, until there's like a trailer that just blows us away. But for the time being, I definitely think the gun running update will top, you know, all the other ones that have come out. Oscar: do you think Rockstar will release a new patch to stop the cheaters and modders? I'm surprised it's taking them this long. Like, there's still some crazy stuff going on in the modder community. Like, I seen a post, and I don't know if it's true or not, but someone said that these modders, if you have a certain mod menu, they can actually put stuff in your game files. Like, they can give you a mod menu, which I don't know. That sounds a little crazy. I don't know if that's actually possible. But if it is, that is just ridiculous. I mean, I definitely think we'll see some sort of patch or something, because Rockstar definitely need to fix this issue on the PC, because there's almost a modder in every session you join. So if you don't, you know, take precautions or leave the lobby immediately, then you could lose all your money and have some other stuff happen to you. So I definitely think Rockstar are doing their best to sort of fix this, because like I said in the video a few days ago, it's sort of getting publicly talked about by major news sites and stuff. It's not just the GTA community. Like, people who don't even play GTA are hearing about this stuff, and that doesn't, like, Rockstar don't want that. So I don't know when to expect it, but I think we'll see something soon. Jobless Saints fan: will you play the new Star Wars Battlefront when it releases? Look, this ain't GTA related. That freaking Battlefront 2 trailer looked amazing. Like, they answered all the complaints I had with the first game in that trailer, and with all the information they've dropped. So I definitely plan on playing Battlefront 2. Let me know in the comments, what games are you most anticipated for this year? Maybe apart from Red Dead, because I feel like most of us that play GTA are super excited for Red Dead Redemption 2, and that's definitely my #1 most anticipated game. But I will say Battlefront 2, Destiny 2 are up there. I'm super excited to play those, and hopefully I get a little tease of it at E3. And then the question of the day, the one I want to talk about a little bit, from Bucketchers, I guess. What is the one thing you do not want to see in the gun running update. So we've talked about what I do want to see in the update. Now, here's an interesting question. What do I not want to see? Now, I asked you guys on Twitter just because I wanted to get your opinion on this. And let's go through some of these responses. So someone said, I don't want any OP jets. And I think that's a pretty reasonable request just because the Hydra is super annoying in online. And if you add more, like if there was a Hydra 2.0, like then you would have more people probably in the air flying it, and it would be more destructive to players trying to do missions or whatever the case may be in free roam. But on the other side, I don't know, I'm kind of torn on this OP situation because while the Hydra is OP and I don't like it, I almost want to say if they added more OP, flying vehicles in the game, whether it's the Hunter, let's just say the Warthog, or like some other crazy jet, I almost want to say that those things might not be that big of an issue anymore because maybe those people in the skies will go after each other instead of people minding their own business on the ground. It's kind of like the concept, and I've said this before, back in Modern Warfare 2, pretty much every gun, every perk, like everything in that game was overpowered. But because of that, nothing was overpowered. You know what I mean? Like if you make everything super good, then I don't want to say you can't complain because obviously you can do whatever you want. But, you have more options to combat that. Like let's just say they added the APC tank, and that's like a super freaking beast of a vehicle that can take out Hydras or any sort of planes or vehicles that you can fly in. Then that stuff in the air, like Hydras, won't be considered OP, and they won't be considered that much of an annoyance. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with this whole OP jet situation. I'm not too against it. I mean, I will say, if you're gonna have a gun running DLC or like somewhat of a military style DLC, and you don't have another jet, I feel like, I don't know, that's you're kind of lacking there. Like, there's some really cool options that they could add there, such as the Warthog, like I mentioned. The next thing someone said, on the opposite end of the spectrum, they don't want to see a weak helicopter. And I completely agree. The helicopters in this game are trash. Like, you can say they're good, they're not. I mean, you could be good with one, but they're not good. Like, they're so weak. The Savage, the armored tank of the sky, which is in the description, you can take it out with like 6 freaking pistol bullets. It's so dumb. So I definitely don't want to see a weak helicopter. Not that I'll be flying it that often because I'm not that good at piloting a helicopter, but if they do add the Hunter, I hope it is an actual armored tank. Another one, special vehicles or military vehicles that are too slow. Blazer Aqua, Ruiner 2000, and Rocket Voltic are too slow. They're OP anyway. Might as well make them as fun as possible. So you don't really, or this person doesn't really want to see limits on some of these potentially fun vehicles. And I totally agree. I don't think that'll happen, unfortunately, just because of balancing issues. I definitely see what you're saying here. I mean, if they do decide to add military vehicles, like Gilly Master said in the last one, don't make them weak, but then don't also, make them not fun. Don't make them a drag to sort of drive around in or fly around in. I can agree with that. This guy says, I don't want expensive items. Sorry, man. You already know they're going to be expensive items in this DLC. I don't think they're going to be like, I don't think there's going to be one item like the yacht that's super expensive. I think it's going to be like the import-export DLC where there's just a bunch of items that are medium, expensive, like 5 million, 4 million, 3 million in that range. And I think there's just going to be more of them. So you do eventually add more. Now this is interesting. This guy says he doesn't want to see ghillie suits, and I thought that was interesting because I never even imagined ghillie suits. Although that would be really cool. I know he says he doesn't want to see that, but imagine ghillie suits in GTA Online. It would be a little crazy, and I don't think they would actually work because you can't go prone or anything, so you just be like a walking tree. But I would like to see ghillie suits. I know that that's not the point of this question, but I like that answer for the opposite reason. Gamer FP, he doesn't want to see OP stuff like the railgun. PvP is already ruined, so he doesn't want that. And I agree. I'm not a huge fan of PvP in this game, and the railgun would probably be really overpowered just because it's like an instant rocket. And, I mean, the homing launcher is already, fast and deadly enough. I don't want to see more explosions, so I'm definitely on board with this. Although I feel like they will add it just because it's something that they could flash me like, ooh, this new railgun. But honestly, I think the thing for me and Die Hard here is sort of with me here. The one thing I don't want to see in the gun running update is a crappy way to deliver things. whatever it's gonna be, because we already know you're gonna have to go get supplies, you're gonna have to sell these supplies, you're gonna have to basically do the same stuff we've done, just in a different capacity. Like, you'll be doing military or gun running stuff instead of car stuff. I don't want there to be a crappy delivery system. Make it like the Import-Export DLC, where it's super fun to deliver these vehicles and do these missions. So that's my number one thing that I don't want to see them add. But I like these other answers. I definitely don't want to see a weak helicopter. I definitely don't want to see unfun vehicles. And I don't want to see overpowered, like, PvP stuff. So that is it with the Q&A. Thank you all. Let me know in the comments, since that's the question of the day. What is the one thing you don't want to see in the gun running DLC? Thank you all for watching. Like I said, if you have your own question you want to submit, just go on Twitter with the hashtag AskSaints. But as always, I will see you guys in the next one.